Local wildlife rescuers are racing to save hundreds of starving brown pelicans. It is similar to the troubling trend we saw last year. As John Ramos reports, one local rescue operation is asking the public for help.
The brown pelicans are back at International Bird Rescue in Fairfield, and that's not a good thing. About 200 juveniles have been brought in so far on the verge of starvation, and that's putting a lot of strain both on the staff and finances of the rescue outfit. It started in Los Angeles, where a domoic acid bloom off the coast has been sickening pelicans. But now it appears the birds have moved up into the Bay Area.
We today got 12 new young brown pelicans. They're all from the Santa Cruz area, been found in unusual places, people's driveways, the wharf. Some of these clearly been recognized, easily recognized that there's something wrong.
The birds, all of them young, are not really sick. They're starving. Brown pelicans reach full size in just a few months, and to do that, they eat their own weight in fish every day. But now they simply aren't finding enough to eat. It's still a mystery, but Executive Director J.D. Bergeron says a warm blob of water off the California coast may be causing fish to swim just a little bit deeper.
They can be literally seven or 8 feet down. The strongest of these pelicans with their plunge dive can only go about 6 feet deep. They could starve to death literally with fish about a foot below. It's clearly access to the food. There's not been any reports from the fisheries that the fish stock is down.
Each bird gets a thorough exam and is given vitamins, saline, and antibiotics, and drugs to kill the parasites that take over when the bird is in a weakened condition. And if they seem pretty docile, it's because they may be very close to death.
And they are animals who will not survive without additional help.
How long do they have in that situation?
Just a couple days. Sometimes it could be their last day if it's been a while that we can get to them, but it's urgent and in dire need.
The telltale sign of trouble is when a pelican, desperate to find food, ignores its fear of man and begins showing up in strange places.
There's a bird in short left center who's suddenly become a star.
Like at a Giants game last year. The fans were cheering, having no idea that the bird was probably starving to death.
The sad thing is that there is always a limit. If you have starving animals, at some point there's a mass mortality, that they have been starving long enough that they cannot survive any longer. So right now we're in the phase of encouraging folks to be on the lookout for pelicans in strange places, because the sooner you can get them into care, the more likely we can succeed in getting them well again.
The good news is that most of the birds do fine once they get plenty of food. But that's still a problem for International Bird Rescue. At about $2.50 per pound, the fish bill is skyrocketing.
A challenge like this can literally cost us $100,000 or more.
So they're asking for help from the public. They need 3 things: monetary donations, volunteers to help at the center, and finally, for people to keep an eye out for pelicans acting strangely. In this case, a call to the bird rescue could be the difference between life and death.
While it may still be a mystery, it is also becoming commonplace. The rescue center has seen starving pelicans in 3 out of the last 4 years. And for more information or to help, there is a link to International Bird Rescue on our website at kpix.com.